RapidQS is a residential consulting pricing business for builders. I think we've taken away a lot of the pressure from builders by not having to price late at night. Most guys don't know how to price, or they don't have the time to price. So we've come up with like a simple, detailed, jargon-free report that builders can use to price a full project, which we will do for them. And they can send that back to their client with a quicker time frame, more detail, and good transparency in any project. So we market heavily on social media, and builders will send us plans, they'll send us information, all their back-end rates within their business. We take that data, build the job out as if we were tendering it somewhat for ourselves, hand them back a spreadsheet that they can literally just tweak and change, and then they can send off to their client in a detailed format. When I had my building business, my biggest pain point was always finishing work at 4 p.m, so the day-to-day hustle and bustle of organising boys, managing subbies, dealing with clients, and then any sales visits that I'd done during the day or completed, I'd get home and my brain was fried at 6 p.m, and then I've got to sit down and do pricing, which is probably the most important part of any business, putting a tender forward for a project. So it was during COVID time. I went back to the family farm in Wanganui, and I had a lot of time up my sleeve, 6 weeks. So my building business was still running at that time, and I was doing maybe 2 to 3 jobs a week pricing. And I had a mentor at the time, like a business mentor, and he just said, I think, the skill set that you're sitting on with being able to price residential jobs in the level of detail and the time frame that you can do, he's like, you're sitting on a massive gold mine of an opportunity. So I started cold calling 5 to 6, 7 other builders during that week. And I realised that I was taking a lot of pressure off business owners. And for them, the cost to pay me to price the job versus them sitting down for 3 to 4 weeks to price the job, it was a no-brainer. I would say easily probably hundreds of quantity surveyors sitting out the back of bloody Tauranga, Rotorua, Queenstown, Wanaka, that are one-man band QSs with building background, but none of them have wanted to put their face on camera. So I think because I've priced so many jobs for my own building business, I've been through the negotiation process with clients, I know where variations happen, I know how long it takes a cavity slider indoor to install, I know the cost of all the materials. I just think because I've front-footed all my knowledge, put it on social media, and I was able to grow really, really fast, I think that's kind of how we've done so well. And I have had only one person try and sue me so far, and I said, let me know a court date, I'd love to get my suit out, and he never replied on email. So 100%. And I'm probably opening myself up for a lot of exposure across the board with going after councils and stuff, but yeah, no risk, no reward. Just experience and time in the saddle. Like the Takapuna stairs is a prime example. Like I've built 50 or 60 precast panels in Queenstown. These are like 10 ton each, 45 squares, and I know that we can build them and stand them within 2 days. And it takes no more than 25 labour hours at $65. I know the cost of concrete per cubic metre. So yeah, I've just got experience, I think, so. Yeah, I'm very confident. I truly believe it probably is like a mafia, and it's just like 4 or 5 people that run the whole shebang. All the councils, the CEO, the mayor, they all have like shares or interests in the civil road and contracting companies, the traffic management companies, and they all just kick back each other. No idea how to fix it. That's why I'm enjoying meeting new people in the Parliament game, like David and Chris. The way I can see it changing is all RapidQS needs, or David Baker needs, is one opportunity to go into one council project and reprice a job or price a job that's about to go ahead. I can see their forward budget of what they've put to it. I get the opportunity to price it and manage it within the guidelines of obviously following all the rules and regulations. And I can guarantee I would shave 20% off any job in New Zealand. I'm pretty fortunate to partner with a couple of good people in the business. As much as me and Jamie clash heads quite a lot, he's very good at operations. So the moment a lead comes in for RapidQS, I don't even see it, touch it, look at it. So I've been very fortunate to have him. Ben's really good. So growing a real good team for me at the moment is a prime opportunity for me to be able to only have 10 to 15% of my mental energy in RapidQS. And then that just gives me the freedom and the creativity to go and expand the business on a bigger scale. For example, going to the UK and look at, taking over that potential market is big for me. Freeing up my time to target the councils in certain ways or put accountability on them. Having a real good team has enabled me to free up my time to do these bigger ventures. I think with what we're doing with the online presence and the type of marketing that I'm doing with David Baker Online is always going to feed QS reports. For example, a lovely lady off TikTok that's been commenting on all the council videos. She's like a lovely Māori lady out the back of Whakatane, and then she sent me she's been commenting for 3 to 4 months, and she just came through me exposing the rates and the costs of everything in the councils. And now we've put a tender forward for like a $5,500 QS report for a new marae that's going to be built down in Whakatane. So just for me, growing the personal brand is always going to feed my main kind of mission, which is I'd love to have a crack and see if I can do something good for New Zealand to reprice these council projects. And then B, ultimately it's always going to be plugged back to RapidQS, because we're using my pricing knowledge to, potentially save tax and ratepayers tens of thousands of dollars.